Welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at translate in Python. And of course there are so many different languages around the world that you couldn't possibly speak all of them. So having something that can just translate between languages for you is extremely simple. And there's this module called Translate Python, and it's very simple and very powerful, and it allows you to translate many different languages very easily. It turns out in Python there's actually a built-in translate function that does something different. So what we could do is we could say that codes is this range ord A to ord A plus 26. And these are just going to be a list of alphabet codes. So we can run it, and you see we get this range from 65 to 91. And then what we can do is we can take the word hello, or any string really, and we can translate, and it's going to go from the codes to reversed codes. And this is just a fancy way of saying that we want all the codes to be paired with the opposite. So if we just print codes so that you can see what that's actually going to do. Print. You can see it's transforming them to the inverse, so 90 goes to 65, and 65 goes to 90, and so on. And so you can see all the L's have been replaced with O's, and O's with L's. And there's this built-in string function to use in Python, but that's not the one we're going to be using instead. Instead, we're going to be using the translate. So we can just say pip install translate. And you'll see I've already got everything installed. And then we use the translate CLI, and we can just type in --help, see all the information. And if we make it full screen to show it more clearly, we could then start using it. So we might say we want to translate something simple into German. And I'm going to say it's from English, but you don't really need this, to German, and it's just something simple. And you can see it says this is a translation, and it's been translated by my memory. And we can even use the pro translation, except that that doesn't really make any difference unless it's something extremely complicated. We might also want to change the output so that we only have the output, and this would be quite useful if we were using it in some kind of application. Of course, we could then say that we want to take in a different language. So for example, we want to take in French and translate Spanish and translate pain, and of course that will be different as if we translated from English. The translate CLI is not the only feature, there's also a module, and the only thing really in this module is this translator. And so we can define a translator, and it's a translator, and we can just print translator.translate. We can say, for example, I am hungry. And then we can run the code. And you can see that we have this error because we need to specify the language we're translating to. So maybe we'll translate it to Italian. And you can see that the sentence has been translated, and it's very simple. The only thing is, you can't have multiple languages. So if we want to translate from Italian, put a French sentence in here, then it's not going to work. But if we then change the from lang, or we just put here that it's going from French, then the English one isn't going to work. And what we need to do to solve this would be to have two separate translators, one for English and one for French. So you can see the translate API is that simple. You just specify the language you're going from and to, use a translator, and it does it all for you. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, you've learned how to use Translate, and I'll see you again, same time next week.